All right, guys. Happy weekend, everyone. This is Matt. I had a trade on gold. I hop on the trade on gold on Friday. So I'm going to drop a breakdown on that and also explain why I took the trade. So and this is it. I I trade two patterns, and one of them is now. Let's say, for instance, we have a higher time frame structure here. Let's say a POI. Let's say something like weekly time frame or let's say daily time frame, for instance. Ehen. Let's say we have a daily time frame structure, as in POI. Sorry, this is daily time frame. Now I'm expecting the markets to come back into this POI. Let's say another block here. I'm expecting this market to come back into um, the other block in H4. That is, I'll wait for the markets to trade back into this other block. This, let's say this is daily time frame or weekly time frame other block. I'll wait for the market to get into this place. So once the market gets into that other block, I'll go down to my 4 hours. That is if it's in weekly time frame. So what am I going to see? I want to see something like this. One, and then two, then something like this, and I'll enter. Now in this particular place, I'm going to see a sweep of liquidity. Either the market sweep create as the first time it touched into that other block, pull back, and then the second time it sweeps that low, that high that it created when um when entering that other block, and also gave me a single candle other block. Now single candle other block is you have a candle like this, then you have another one that sweep above this one with a high, close above with a high. Then the third candle is going to close below that first one with a body, something like this. If this thing is formed here, I'm going to enter my trade here and then set my target, something like this. At this second leg, just set my target 1 to 3. That's what I'm looking for now. 1 to 3, and allow it to run. This is what I look for in 4 hours. Even though there are different type of um single candle order block. Sometimes you might see something like this and then have another candle below. I mean inside it before this one closes. In most times, market will come back, price will come back to retest that one inside. I will just wait for the price to come back and retest that one inside and then drop. So this is what I look out for. That's the first one. Then the second one is um when, let's say, a daily time frame candle, for instance, if market sweeps a high of a daily candle, something like this. If the high is swept like this, uh the high of this is swept, then there is every possibility that the next candle that will open is going to be bearish candle and is going to take out the low. So if a high is taken out first, the low, there is higher probability that the low will be taken out after that. Do you understand? So I'm still going to explain this with example. So these are the things I look out for. So if, for instance, market trades back into this place now and give me any of this thing I'm looking for, either a sweep of a daily high, or it give me this type of structure, I'm going to buy. So, and that second one is what I saw in gold that made me to enter the trade. So let me open it. Uh, let me see whether the same thing formed in FXCM so that I will not scatter the analysis. Okay, yes, good. Now we all know that gold has been bearish for some time. So even though I marked this weekly time frame, I marked this as sweep up of a liquidity was grabbed, and then it formed an order block, a single can order block. So I marked it from the tiny body of it, then allow the markets to come into it, something like that. Now, the first this thing is this. Let me start from analyzing this particular candle. Now, this is a weekly candle sef. For instance, it can happen in weekly, it can happen in any time frame. As you can see, the high of this candle was swept. The high was swept. Now, when this happens, what I'm going to do, just look at the high, look at the low. So I'm waiting for market to come and take the low because it has taken the high. I will just go down to my 4 hour. Let me start from daily though, so that I'll adjust it very well. This is the high that was formed. Now, where is my entry? In this daily, this is my entry. As you can see, this candle now formed a single candle order block. As you can see, it's formed that kind of M pattern, sweeping the high of the other one. So I'm going to mark this particular candle as my entry. As you can see, markets triggered it or came back here and also triggered it. But that is for this thing, that is for daily. Let's go to 4 hours and see whether we are going to see an entry. So this is the sweep that happened. So my first entry, this is the high of that candle. My first entry will be this place. I'm going to this place is going to be my first entry, which didn't trigger. Then I will now be following markets and be looking for opportunity to sell again. Since I already know that I'm going to sell till this low is taken, this is the low. Now I saw another single candle order block here. Even though I'm going to take the trade from the body, not the wick. So that one now is not going to trigger. But look at another one that played out here. This one, as you can see, this one closed below it. It's close. It must not close below the wick. So far, it closed below the body, we can count it. So this is an entry. This is one entry for me. Then another type of single candle order block is when a candle sweeps a high of another candle and close below it, something like this. As you can see, it swept this candle and as well close below the candle. In this situation, the wick of that candle that swept the other one is going to be an entry. Look at it here. This is another entry. Then which one again? This one is an entry. It swept here, it swept this candle. That this one is an inside bar. Then this one close below it. So where is going to be my entry? That particular inside candle is going to be my entry, and your stop loss above. So all these are entries. Where is another entry? Many entry. Look at this one. This one close above this one, and then this one close below it. So this is another entry. If that one did not work, all this I'm showing you are entries. Look at another entry. This one close above, swept this one, and then this candle now, this particular candle close below it. So this is going to be your entry. All of them are your entries. So you'll be taking all these trades till the low is broken. Since market takes the low, then once the low is taken, you will now, you know, either you continue because you already know that you're going to the market is going down. So either you continue or you exit at that low. Mhm. Something like that. So let me go back to the one I took yesterday. So this is the one I took yesterday and why I took the trade. As you can see, this candle was swept. The high of this candle was swept by this one. This is daily time frame, by the way. Do you get? So I'm expecting market to take the low. I'm expecting market to take the low. So what will I do? I will go down to my since it's daily time frame, I can find my confirmation entry in 1 hour. But I started in 4 hours though to know whether I will see this is the high. So the first entry should be this. If you get it, the first entry should be this. That should be your first entry. Let's see whether it's up to 3%. Three risks to reward on it. Something like that. So it's not even up to three. This one is not up to three. Okay. So, but if I'm to take it, I might extend it like this more because I know when market is going to sweep the low, it might hit the top, take profit. Let me delete it and go down to my 1 hour where I took the trade. So I this is the high of that candle that was swept. This is the high. So you can either take this trade. Though when I met the market, it was already here. It was already here. It was already here. So what did I see that made me take it? There is an inducement was taken already. This place. Then this candle now sweeping the inducement, and this one sweeping that high of that candle and closing below it. So the high of that candle now, the wick of that candle that swept the other one and closed below it, supposed to be an entry, but I didn't enter there. But if I had entered there, I for not hit TP by now. Let's see. Yes, I for not hit my take profit. You see where it gets to up to 4%. But I did not enter there. I entered here. I entered at that candle itself. I entered there, then looking for 3%. So I'm looking for something like this. Do you get? Now, this is another entry. This is another entry. As you can see, it formed another entry here, which is this candle close and this one close below it. This is a second entry, but I did not enter. I only entered one. Where is another one? Look at another candle. This candle sweeping this one and this one closing below it. Where is another candle entry? I can decide to enter here. This one has not triggered, so there's a possibility market will come back and trigger it. So this is how I took the trade. Let me still go to other pairs and know whether we can find. Let me go to BTC. I think I saw it on BTC, something like this. Let me see. Mhm. Now BTC is in downtrend. Is in downtrend. I'm expecting market to take this low and tap into this other block, and then we know whether if we find a confirmation, we'll now know whether we can see a buy. Now before it, I saw what happened here in daily time frame. Market took the high of this candle, this very green candle. You see, market took the high of this very candle. So what will I do? Go down to your 4 hours or your 1 hour to know whether you see an entry. Now the first entry in 4 hours, this candle, I think this should be the last candle that played out. So as you can see, this candle sweep here and this one close below it. So this week now is an entry in 4 hours. Is an entry. Where is another entry? This is another entry. This one sweeping here and closing below it is supposed to be an entry, at least the body of this candle. But market did not trigger it. Now let's go down to, okay, let's see if you had entered this trade, have your stop loss above, target the low of that daily candle here over 6.8. Now let's go down to 1 hour, which is the confirmation time for daily time frame. Look at how many entries we have here. This is the sweep after the daily candle close. You can either enter in this particular candle. This is an entry. If you didn't get that one, you can enter in this one. This is another entry. If you didn't get that one, is there any other entry? Okay, now this candle sweep here and this one close below it. So this is an entry, but it didn't trigger. It didn't trigger. So that is it till TP. So if had it been you were able to catch one of these, have your stop loss above your TP at that candle. This is over 7%, 7x to reward. So you don't need to do much. You don't need to do much in this. And it happens often. Like you see it often in the market. Let me check Ethereum and see whether I will find something like that. It happens often in the market. Like one happened here, but going back, the candle might not be able to see it in this thing. Let me see whether I'll see another one closer. One that happened closer here. Mm, this one, this one. Let me zoom it and see whether we can get an entry there. Now, this is daily time frame. This candle now, you see this very candle. You see this very candle and this very candle. This candle now sweeping this one, as you can see, it swept it, and also this particular one swapped this one as well. So it means that these two lows are supposed to be your TP. These two lows are supposed to be your TP. Either of them are your TP. Now let's check the this thing. Let's check the time frame to know whether we can find an entry to give us a TP at the lows of these two candles. Let's check 4 hours first. If there is something, there is an entry, but it's going to be this thing. As you can see, this last sweep happened here, and this is a perfect entry. This one, where we have an inside candle, we're going to enter at that what inside candle. But then the risk to reward will not be much. But then that's an entry. Another entry is this one. As you can see, the symbol similar to this inside candle. Another one is this one. Another one is this one. This candle sweeping here and this one closing above. So this candle can be an entry. So this one is one that might give us up to 3 weeks to reward. Let's see. You have your stop loss above here, and it's not even up to. It's not up to, and that's at the week of that candle. But if I'm the one trading it, I'll definitely extend it to 3 because the market is bearish, right? So that's how to trade this, and those two things are the this thing I'm looking for. The confirmation. If I want to go for with the first confirmation, I have a sweep of liquidity here, as you can see. So both of them are correlating. Now they didn't sweep, but they swept this particular high. You see, first sweep, we have another second sweep. So once I see this type of thing, I will know that the market is about to reverse down to the back to the downside. So that's how to trade this. I will still make more videos, maybe on board. I'll draw it with marker and explain it further.